It's Wednesday, my dudes, and tonight we sit down with one of the most prolific posers, phenomenal photographers, and powerful podcasters this side of the toy community. Please welcome Maz Toy Photography to the show. Our main topic today has been picked by Maz himself, so be sure to bring all your questions. This can't be right. About strawberries? All right, whatever. It's his show. Machu, cue the intro. Whoa. Ugh. I don't think mine were good strawberries. Anyway, it is Wednesday, my dudes, and welcome to episode 85 of Between Two Sentinels. Again, a show you have no one to blame for being on but yourselves. So, I'm Jay Shot. This is Fred, and that's Machu. What's up, Machu?
Hey,
how are you?
Ahoy, ahoy! My strawberries are still frozen.
Mine, mine are not only half unfrozen, but I think they're also really, really bad. So we'll talk about them. I'm just not going to eat them.
I also have my volume all the way up on my headphones.
Oh, that was a mistake, huh?
That was a painful. I give you props on that intro. You didn't trick once.
No, and I put a lot of peas in it too.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, whoa, that's a bold move.
Let's see how it plays out.
Oh, I wish I had a clapping sound effect because that was,
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know why he wanted to talk strawberries, but when we reached out to him, he was like, "That's it. That's our topic." We said, "All right, we want you on no matter what, strawberries or not." So
you told me, just make sure you go pick up some strawberries, and I was like, I went to the store and I did not find strawberries out there, so I was just like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I saw it in the freezer, and I was like, okay, I'll get a bag of frozen strawberries, I guess, and just let it thaw out.
That's it.
And then as I was paying, I saw by the counter there was by the register there was a bag of strawberry candy, like the one that your grandma always gives you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, now I know where they get these. Because it's always the grandma that gives it to you.
It's always the grandma.
It's the only place you can get it.
I didn't even know that you could buy them. I thought that just like you become a grandma and then you just like get handed the bag and they're like, we'll send you your monthly allowance. Like,
well, that's why
part of Social Security. Yeah. Anyway, what's new? What's exciting? What you get this week?
Debt.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You were out in Frankensons. You were at the Toy Migos meetup.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
Flew out Saturday morning, and I got there. I flew out here. It was 9. No, I flew out here at 7, and then I got there at like 10 a.m.
Yeah, that tracks.
And then Yoko also landed shortly after I did, and Ernie picked us up, which was awesome.
Wow,
Ernie and his wife.
Pick up by Ernie. Okay.
By the farm fed himself.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And then we headed to Frankensons, where I didn't really spend that much money at the beginning. Like I was walking around with nothing. Yeah. And I knew that I bought some stuff from Diggs Figs. So shout out to Diggs Figs because he hooked me up with a Dick Tracy 2-pack.
I'm jealous.
With flat top. Yeah. You can borrow him sometime after I find a picture.
Until I get off the wait list. Yeah.
And then like we met up with everybody. I still didn't buy anything yet. And then for some reason, Diggs Figs and I broke off the pack and we just wandered around. And I bought a whole bunch of wrestling figures.
And he just enabled the hell out of you, huh?
Yeah. So I got a John Cena figure.
Oh.
An Ultimate John Cena figure.
Nice.
Well, I had to open everything, right?
Of course you did.
And I just threw them in a giant freezer bag. I have like 2 freezer bags. Well, I got Harlem Heat, and they're both matching black outfits. And then I got Sami Zayn, Bloodline Sami Zayn, to complete my bloodline. And I got the Ring General, Gunther.
I have no idea who that is, but I'm happy for you.
I also got where is this figure? Hold on, I gotta look for it. Chuck Want Uppies, Charles Xavier.
Yes, you did. Which left me with an extra one if anybody is looking for it. So hit me up.
Look at that face.
Face is ridiculous.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna. I forgot that you ordered that for me.
Because it happened at Comic-Con. So
so Diggs was like,
the Venom's been claimed. The Venom's easy.
Yeah.
But it's that Chuck.
When we were, it was the Chuck that got me too, because
nobody's gonna want that.
Buy it. Diggs Face was like, you can't not buy it at the Toy Amigos meetup. It's Chuck Want Uppies, Chuck. So
yeah,
I blame Diggs.
Right. I blame Diggs too. I blame Diggs. I'm gonna have this extra figure laying around forever.
Dastardly Diggs
Nobody who wants it. Dastardly Diggs Figs. Drat do-gooders that dastardly Diggs Figs. So I got did you get anything else or is that it? Because I know we got this. This came in. Which I love this. I love this pose. Did we open it? Oh, that's right. We opened it last week.
Yeah, we opened it last week. I love.
Nice. I got this bad mamma jamma in. I'm gonna hopefully not break it, but this thing is redonkulous.
Oh, hold on. This deserves a bigger screen.
I mean, if ever there was a definition of overkill for a character and his armory, I think this deserves it. So the old Heat Boys Raphael here, back Raphael. It's just I don't even know how to explain it. It's ridiculous, but I love every second of it. It's so good.
There's a lot going on there.
A lot going on there, and NYC Toy Junkie who borrowed my coin and then went and got his own. Went to go see our favorite person, Chubsy Wubsy Toys, and he picked me up the
Tribal Chief,
right? Honor the Tribal Chief.
Yeah,
he picked me up the gold Plunderling that you can only get with the gold coin.
Oh,
so, there you go. Very exciting. There's something rattling around in there, so
I need to get a coin.
What that is?
You have a hookup for a coin?
Yeah, we have the same hookup. Just read the message. What's his face?
Okay.
So yeah, that's all. But yeah. Oh, there it is. It's some kind of crown that is rolling around in there. So there you go. But yeah. Oh, well, I just popped his head off. There you go. Little head sits on the crown. Little crown sits on the head. It's a pretty good smirk. That's a pretty good smirk. Yeah. Well, I sense a lot of Indiana Jones pictures with him. The wrong golden idol. Anyway. Should we check in with the chat? Should we just bring in our guests? What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Matt? It's your show. I'm just living in it.
Let's quickly. It's actually your show. I'm just hosting it.
Yeah. Well, let's take me off of this giant screen here. Nobody needs to see this. All right. Let's see. Let's see who's going on here. All right. So we got Steve Morrow, who is giving us a question on the topic. Dr. Pepper was neither a doctor nor a pepper. This is because he is a soda. Topic done.
We'll discuss that.
We'll discuss later. Josh Brown can't tune in tonight. Just wanted to say ahoy, ahoy. Have a great stream, everyone. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you stopping by. Dom saying 2 shows in the next 2 weekends. Going to be fun. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Henrock is here. Paul Morales is here. We got AZ Toy Hunters Guild. Strawberries. Yeah, I might have said that. Strawberry candy the government issued and just appear in a bowl in her dining room. That's pretty good. Van Beast Boy is here. Toying around saying hello there. Hello there. Matt Logic is here. There's Diggs.
Yeah. I also saw Matt Logic at the meetup too.
Did you? There you go.
Yeah.
A lot of people there. It's so tough enabling Machu. It's like enabling Machu is like trying to give a baby a lollipop. That's how hard it is to enable Machu. Like, hey Matt, you want that fig? No, I think you should get it. Okay. That's about as hard as it is.
I as much as we joke, you would the person who's actually de-enabled me the most
is me.
It's either you or Mario. It's a tie. It's close.
Well, for me, it's always like you're trying to buy things you've already pre-ordered. Just wait. You've already spent the money. Oh,
I don't have the patience.
I know. Oh, Grumpy Nerd is here. We got Winger Lose. Winger Lose says Jay Shut doing unboxing Wednesdays. No, I'm staying in my lane. I know better. I know better. Man, Beast Boy's hunting for that mask. What is this? MSG. What's his face? The disrespect. What's that? I don't know. Missed that one. I don't know. Kevin Smith is here. KJ Smith. I wish Kevin Smith was here. That'd be great.
Oh, message what's his face when you were referring to the coin.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Twain.
We didn't want to give it out. We didn't want to.
I'm not so good with names. You should know this by now. Let's see. And a Chris comment on J Show. Thank you for watching on both channels. So, let's see. Machu gets de-enabled on a figure when it turns around and buys the biggest item in the building. Oh man. Oh god. And Cali Collector is here saying, "What's up, B2S crew? Hope. How was your Labor Day weekend?" I did a bunch of nothing, so I was pretty happy about it. And Matt went and spent a lot of money. Stop it, KJ. I love you, KJ. You know that. So I'm just saying, if you brought your brother Kevin along, that'd be great too. So, and there's Yoko waving high. So, there you go. All right, cool. Yeah. That's everybody in the chat for right now. I've done enough damage as it is. Let's go ahead and bring. What did I call him? A prolific poser, a phenomenal photographer, and a palatable podcaster. The one and only Moz of Moz Toy Box.
What's up, guys?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. I added some more stuff while you're talking.
You just couldn't help yourself.
I couldn't help myself. I was bored. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna wait.
See, Kevin, I wasn't wrong. Anyway, I mean, biggest question we have for you is why strawberries? That's what I want.
I was actually I said it jokingly. I think I just had some cheesecake with strawberries, and I was like, strawberries, because that's the only way, really, in my opinion, to have strawberries is with cheesecake
or shortcake, strawberry shortcake.
I guess, but I don't know.
If you've ever eaten at the oh boy, Hoop-de-Doo Review in Disney, that is the best place to get strawberry shortcake.
I've never been.
I digress. But you've been to Disneyland, which I've never been to, so it works out.
Yeah.
Anywho, Moz, what's up? What's exciting? What's new, man? How are you?
Man, I got a ton of stuff in the mail. Recently, I got Storm in the mail. This is the Mayfex Storm.
Nice.
I still love this guy. I got him a couple weeks ago. This is the
Hono Studios, right?
Brown suit Wolverine. Amazing piece. I didn't play the queue system with Sideshow. I just went right for it. I was like, you know what? I know somebody who I can buy it from. Yes, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's going to get me a brown suit Wolverine, and I don't have to play that system. So,
what bothers me about that is my sister sent me the link to get that, and I was like, but I'm waiting for the blue, yellow and blue one, and that was released first.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten that. I ordered both of them, but the brown suit is really what I wanted. I mean, had they put these both out at the same time, I would have just gone with this one. But I'm trying to get the camera to pick him up the way I see him in my head.
He comes with the blade, right? He comes with the sword.
Yeah, he comes with the Muramatsu sword. The cool thing is I got the Sideshow brown suit one as well, so I can mix and match pieces.
Oh, nice.
But the Muramatsu blade right there.
Very nice.
It is pretty cool. I'm excited to have this. And as I mentioned backstage, I wanted to put the HasLab Sentinel on my desk, but I was afraid I was going to knock him over. So this is the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure from the early 2000s. And it still holds up, I think, quite well.
It's a solid fig. Yeah.
It is a very solid figure.
It's a solid fig.
Another new one I got was my Man-Thing. I got him in the mail. That's the new Marvel Legends Werewolf by Night Man-Thing.
It looks good.
Nice. It does. It actually does. I want to shoot it, but I didn't shoot it yet. What I shot today was actually this guy. I just picked this guy up because I wanted to do a shot with him.
Oh, that's the McFarlane statue?
Yep. I don't care for McFarlane or statues, but I wanted to shoot the actual comic book, first appearance cover representation of Deadpool, So I did a shot with him and Wolverine together, and he actually holds up pretty well. He's about the same height as a regular figure, so that's really cool.
Like
Steve Morrow,
1/6 figure.
Yeah. Oh well, 1/12.
Oh.
Looks like it's limited articulation. Well, he did say McFarlane, so you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
saying
with-
McFarlane's statue feels redundant, but you know, hey, all right.
I mean, this. I've been messing around
I
with
know.
this Batman. He moves pretty
You're-
well. This is.
I know you're a defender of McFarlane, and you've changed my minds a lot of time. It's an easy joke.
McFarlane was good back when it was just about the sculpt, you know. But then
Yeah.
when companies learn how to make things pose, McFarlane just didn't catch up, and it's just there's a couple of figures where I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool to have that representation, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, especially with his prices going up. We have the Adam West. I saw him the other day. That one.
Oh,
The
it's
Iron
like you
Cape
saw.
is nice.
If you saw Adam West, there's something else going on.
Well, that figure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get this pose right. It's driving me nuts.
I got a question for you about Wolverine. And
Oh.
it may be a stupid question, but you're such a damn good photographer that I feel like I got to ask this question. Was the reflection real in your shot, or was it?
Oh, for the Hulk?
Yeah.
No, I did a video on it actually on my channel on how I did,
Did
that.
you?
It's
All right, I missed the
photoshopped.
video. It is
It's
photoshopped.
photoshopped in there. These are
Oh, you got
plastic claws. They don't have any real reflective quality. Now they do catch light really well, but you're not going to get a reflection on them.
Got it. I wasn't
so-
sure. Oh, you know. Yeah.
So they do look metallic, though. I mean, they really do a good job of looking metallic in a lot of.
Mhm.
Like if I didn't paint that on there, it'd still look like metal claws. So
Do you have any of the movie Wolverines with the Hugh
No.
Jackman head sculpt?
I have no interest in it.
I was just curious to see how that looks on that figure.
That body.
Like if you were to do a
Well,
head swap.
I will have one actually with the Deadpool Wolverine. I did buy that figure, and if they put
Okay.
him in the brown suit for Hot Toys, I will buy that figure.
Oh, I will buy that too. Yeah.
But as of right now, I did buy the deluxe Wolverine that they announced and the Deadpool, so I will actually finally have a Hugh Jackman head sculpt. But as of right now, I haven't found one that I really was like I have to have it because they never had him in the costume, and I never thought the head sculpt was quite there. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know. I kind of want to get the TVA version as well because you know if you've seen the movie, you get that last bit where his mask is kind of ripped and you get the chops coming out the bottom of the mask, and I really like that. You know his chops being the bottom portion of the mask, and yet he still has the wings and stuff. I don't want to give away too much, but you know you've all seen pictures, I'm sure.
I'm sure at this point there's not much more to spoil, but I do want to call out the Toy Migos for a very generous $5 super hat, saying thank you so much. The Toy Migos to Cheney 180 here. It's Sentinel time. What's up, everybody? Did a great show the other night with I think it was Cheney and Chamba, and they were the only ones going when I bailed on it.
And then Grumps
Everybody else
showed up.
Grumps joined up. Good old Grumps showing up. Grumps shows up wherever you need him. We also got Flynn Cobb is in the chat tonight, along with Berserk and Disavowed. So welcome everybody.
Hell yeah!
So
I put Wolverine away. No, I don't need him.
Okay, no more.
I was about to get my Wolverine.
I have Wolverine off.
Yeah.
I could grab the Mafex or the two Mezcos. And by the way, actually, I did put in the private chat. You were looking for the 2-pack. Did you see what I said? Because I bought a figure from that website that's been sold out, aka the mask. I just bought him last night from there. I mean, I paid retail for him.
I was looking for the mask at Frankenson's.
Dude, I want to go to Frankenson's so bad. I'm so jealous. Super bad action figures. I've ordered from him before. I would love to go to his booth and just drool. During COVID, I did order my my Hot Toys brown alien, I think, which came with a face hugger, and I got a great deal from that because the Hot Toys brown one's the special edition, and he's usually like $800 or $900. I got him for $3 from Tim over at that booth. So yeah, I was able to keep moving during COVID.
Yeah,
so I can't go to St. Frankenstein's, but now that you're doing internet orders because you can't sell in the building,
it's a very dangerous place.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, for your wallet,
trouble.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of Mafex dealers there too? I mean, I know Superbad's there, and he's got a lot of Hot Toys 6 scale stuff. But I really, I would get lost right now. I'm really trying to buy more Mafex. I want that brown suit Mafex bad. I'm really hoping they re-release that. I went backwards and bought Gambit. But I bought them on Amazon. My wife gives me gift cards for Amazon, so I threw $100 in gift cards down and then paid $80 in cash. So I didn't feel like I did too bad because I was able to do that. And the gift cards are just kind of a bonus.
Yeah.
So I used the gift cards this time though, and I bought the Ghost from Amazon. The Ghost that's on pre-order. The
Jazzwares?
The
micro
Got it.
Micro Galaxy Squadron.
Yeah,
That's
that one comes with the Phantom, unlike the one at Target.
Yeah.
Right. I was about to buy the one at Target, and then I was like, wait a second, it's missing a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
I still think the one at Target, the coloring looks off to me, but I don't know. I still think it could be me. Migo says Machi went buck nutty at Frank's. So
What did you get at Frank's, Machu?
A bunch of wrestling figures.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned that.
And then I did pick up the SH Fig Arts Ahsoka also.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't bought a lot of figure arts. I got I do have the Gwen from Across the Spider-Verse and I think Miles. But that's really about all I have for figure arts.
I do like to collect the Star Wars figure arts.
Okay.
But I will say that I do like the face on this one. Because I think the Mafex one is a little too orange. But the leg articulation is a little weird. So I'm gonna try
I'm
to
in a deep hole. I got the Hot Toys one. So I went way.
I mean, once you get the Hot Toys one, then it's like, do you even compare the other figures?
Well,
right?
That's why I haven't bought any of the Star Wars in that scale, because I buy the Hot Toys and I'm like, well, what do I need that scale for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than the convenience of the diorama size. Why? I don't know.
What's been your favorite thing to shoot lately, Moss?
Well, I won't count the Wolverine because I that's a pretty easy answer. Man, I really enjoyed doing those Terminator shots I did this week or last week.
Okay.
The endoskeleton for the August 29th, which is Judgment Day, and also was the day that they dropped the Netflix series.
I need to watch that.
It's actually not bad. I watched the whole thing. I was really happy with the way that one came out. That smoke is actually photoshopped, but the rest is in camera.
Okay.
So
where'd you get all the little skulls?
Those before I threw my 3D printer in the trash, I had printed those.
Would have been funnier if you 3D printed a trash can to throw your 3D printer.
I would have if the printer wouldn't die all the damn time. That's why I threw it away. It died 3 times, and each time I had to pay to get it fixed because even though I used it for about a month and the screen dies, according to them, they're like, well, you have to buy the screen. We're not going to replace that, even though they get a 1-year warranty. And I was like, what the hell with this? I've already spent more than I did on the actual printer. I'm done with it. I'm throwing it in the trash. I just get so mad at it. I was just like, and here I'm eyeing a printer again, but not that resin stuff, man. I'll do an FDM or actually I'm looking at maybe doing a laser cutter. And then just work with Pablo or Mike and get stuff printed, and I'll send them laser cut like walls and windows and stuff.
Just do a trade off. It's a good idea.
Yeah, trade off.
Yeah, Man Beast Boy says Hot Toys are cheating. It's like bringing your Power Wheels to my Matchbox party.
What are Power Wheels? Back in my day, it was Hot Wheels, Matchbox cars, or Stompers. Remember those Stompers?
No, I don't remember Stompers. Power Wheels were the kid thing the kids rode in that was like like a battery on it,
like the Green Machine.
Power Wheels, yeah. There was a theme song and everything.
I had a Green Machine. I don't know if that counts.
Green Machine. I don't know if
it's like a big wheel Green Machine, kind of big wheel.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. I'm Googling it. It's like that, but different.
Okay. Different but same. Gotcha.
Yeah, different way. Yeah, because like Power Wheels were actually motorized, so they had a motor in it that you could charge, and and they looked like this. I'll show you. Because why the hell not? This show goes where it needs to go. So there you go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I had one of those. I think it was like, I mean, it wasn't called a Power Wheels. It was like a battery powered like vehicle thing, and it looked, I think, like Herbie the Love Bug, I think.
Look at this one.
But of
I
course, it
love
was
this.
topless because you had to be able to get in it. You know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
I had the
these are,
Corvette.
I was gonna say
I
these
didn't
are a
have
little more
anything
advanced.
cool like that. No truck or anything. It was literally like a Volkswagen, a white Volkswagen Bug like thing without a top, and it was sad.
There you go. There's Henrock in his Jeep right now. So
Oh man. Oh man, that reminds me, man. Henrock turned me on to some peripherals for my Casey Jones, and hopefully that I think that's going to be arriving here soon. Looks like it's going to be here Friday.
nice.
The red shirt
Yes.
Nice.
and the sweatpants.
Well, no, I didn't do. There was sweatpants.
Yeah, they were sold out already.
Woo! No,
Oh,
the red shirt's fine. I think.
Yeah.
it'll be okay. Toy Rensu a little late, but hitting us with the
Supnoids.
there you go. How to get that going for sure. Disavowed says RetroCon is this weekend.
Oh damn.
And I know next weekend then we have ToyCon. So
Yeah.
lots going on here.
Blake's-
Lots going on.
I can't afford all
like-
those things. I order too many toys from the internet.
I mean, I do too.
I mean, like I told, I just tracked down the mask. It was like yoink. I bought that.
Yeah.
And I had a rewards with that company. Although I hadn't bought anything from them since 2019, I still had a reward, so it knocked $20 off my mask figure. So then it made it retail basically with
Right.
shipping. It was like $217 or no $117 after shipping. So that's not too bad. But
Nice.
yeah, I kept seeing Ian Sanders and everybody else doing that shot, and like the bullet hole one with the
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I gotta have this figure now. Damn it!
I actually like the the face where he's like, I guess either mid transformation or
moving.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moving face is cool. That's a cool.
Well,
the
they're
way they
shooting
did
with my
that
first
was really
appearance of
nice.
the mask because I have that Dark Horse Presents, so I'll have to shoot that and that. I got a lot of comics as well. If you guys didn't know that, so.
Yeah, you were talking to me before Matt jumped on. That you were putting all your comics away, and you're telling us about was it
Yeah, I just
Avengers
got
or
done
something?
reading Alien
Yeah.
versus Avengers #1, which came out
Oh.
last week. And it takes place in a future timeline, so it's not like the now timeline of the Marvel Universe, which I was a little bummed about, because I want some stakes, not this
Yeah.
timeline that doesn't really mean anything to anybody. But of course, they're never going to do that, So they also have Predator versus Black Panther right now. That's another title.
Oh.
So.
I was gonna say Predator
that's
usually
pretty
fighting
cool.
Batman. He's branched out. All right.
Well, no, he's owned by Marvel now. He did Predator versus Wolverine already.
Oh.
And I did some shots for that last year when they announced that. It's way back there on my Instagram feed now.
We'll start efforting.
No, it's not canon, Man Beast, unfortunately. I wish it was.
You're so good at reading the chat too. It's always nice when we've got another podcaster on with us. It's like having three people doing the same thing, even though you're a guest. I love it.
I try.
And you were talking before. You got two guests coming up on this week's show or next week's show.
I only know one of them, but Pablo said I
okay.
have two coming because he's my booker. He's like the guy
Yeah.
that books everything. So
Mhm.
he tells me, and again, if I'm wrong or anything, maybe I misread it. So correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe we have Henrock next week. I'm not sure who
nice.
the second guest is. So I'm really excited about that because since Henrock has come on the scene, at least in my, since I've seen it, I'm pretty smitten with a lot of his stuff. So that'd be great to have him on there. So
He's okay. I mean, he takes pretty good photos, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
I'm kidding. We love Henrock. Nobody makes us more mad than Henrock. Wait, what is it? Macho, you'd said it, right? Like you gave him something and then you were like, 10 minutes
Yeah.
later, you're like, damn it, he should turn around this photo.
Yeah, he's every time I give him I'll hand him something here. I know you'll do something cool with it, and then not even 24 hours later, he already has a post, and I'm like, damn, that looks good, but damn him.
He's so good. I'm assuming you're reacting to Cal's.
Yeah, let me
question, which
just
is a great shot. It was a great
let me
question
double
here.
check, man, because they're not all pinned. That Wolverine, obviously with Hulk, Red Hulk is one of my favorites, but the other two
Okay.
are probably Galactus shots. and they're not on
Okay.
my pins.
They're not on your pins. All right.
Well, I mean, this is a fine Galactus shot that's pinned here with Doom walking
Yeah.
away, and the Doom, that's a fine shot. I love that too.
Sorry.
But
Bless you.
if I were to choose, it'd be the other two Galactus shots, one of which I made into a T-shirt, which I'm wearing. So if you want to give me the screen, real quick, I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll give you the screen real quick.
These are available on my T Public.
Look at that.
Wow.
So this is one of my favorite shots. I'm not sure if this one was done this year. So if it's not, I can knock it out and choose a different one, which is awesome. But if it was, then the other one is obviously
it was March last year.
Yeah, all right. So not this year. So I'll choose a different one. But Kratos and Galactus, that was this year, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I have that up.
You got that? All right, I got the other Galactus one. So here you go.
Yeah, Kratos Galactus, that was a lot of work. I had to do that in two separate shots. I had to shoot Kratos and Galactus separately, and then shrink Kratos down because he's too big to scale with the actual Galactus. So, this was one of my first shots with Galactus. You know who inspired me to buy it was Mr. Lee, because he was doing some shots with him, and I was like, I need this guy. I love that shot there. I mean, that's the NECA Kratos, and that's the HasLab Galactus. And like I had to shrink down Kratos, so I had to take the picture separately so I could go into Photoshop and shrink him down to be more into scale with where I felt that he should be, like the fitness and being more. I mean, technically he should be a lot smaller, but you got to fudge it a little bit for the picture.
And when you do that, you try to match the lighting, right?
Well, I did a BTS reel on it, but what you do is, so I took the photo of Galactus first and got his hand where I wanted it to be. Right. And then I took Galactus out of the shot, left all the light exactly where it was, and I built up a little platform for Kratos to stand on that was the height of Galactus's hand. Mm-hmm. Now, when I had shot Galactus, before I started shooting him, I put like something in his hand, so I'd focus there. That was where my focus was going to be at.
Right.
And then I locked that focus in. So I did have to paint a little bit more light around Kratos to give him just to punch him out a little bit more from Galactus, because there was a lot of purples and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think, I just took a light and just kind of light painted it, which you just do separate layers in Photoshop and then just kind of paint a mask back on it is all you really need to do. Trying to think what since the other one doesn't count. Oh man, one of my favorite shots this year probably it's gonna have to be the Sentinel, man. Come on, we're on between two Sentinels. It's gotta be a Sentinel and Bishop.
You have
I built this diorama just for it. There it is. Right.
You got it. Okay.
Down a little bit.
I pass it.
Right there in the bottom left. Right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. It hates.
So I built that diorama just for this shot, and of course I used it afterwards. But I kind of want to do it again and kind of lean the Sentinel more in the building. I was afraid he'd fall over and pull the whole thing down, though. So he looks a little bit stiffer than I want him to be. But I kind of wrote it off because he's a machine, and he doesn't have any kind of feelings. He's just breaking through the wall with his hand, right?
It's true.
Yeah. So that's how I kind of wrote it off, but I kind of still want to lean him more in there. I don't know. But the baby Nathan's from the Goblin Queen. I bought that Bishop because he was dirt cheap, man. That Mezco Bishop, and he's great. Yeah. Oh my God, he's great, and he's dirt cheap, man. He's like, I think I paid $60 for him.
Wow.
He's crazy. I was like, really I'm gonna buy this guy. But
really is that on you bought it on Amazon or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that price.
I think Amok Time might still have one on their website for about $60 if it's going up on Amazon. But the box is like got a ding in it or something, is why it's so cheap. But otherwise, the figures, it says it's complete and everything, so unopened. But I learned some lessons about the lights on this Sentinel while I was trying to take this shot. They don't like to stay on the color you choose.
No, they do not.
No.
They do not.
I heard if you hold down the button,
half-
it'll like lock on the color, but it didn't even do that.
Yeah.
It would still fade over to another color like halfway because you're sitting there shooting to get that fog and everything right. I mean, you're shooting for a good 20, 30 minutes, and it's like, yeah, we're going to change color.
If you hold it down for like 10 seconds, I believe it stays on one particular color. I forgot which
No,
one.
it's got a gradual pulse or whatever, gradually phase to other colors.
Yeah. It's weird that it doesn't stay on at all. Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, the Galactus one, I haven't tried holding down his lights, but I know they don't stay on. So, but the Galactus, I hear you can use a universal remote to turn them on.
Really?
That's what I heard. I haven't tried it yet. So I still mean to do that. I just haven't done that. I'm so slack. There's my Sentinel, man. That was the first shot I did with him. That's the Mezco Wolverine.
This one's really good. I like this one.
That's really good.
The colors.
Yeah. I like the size. You gave him that size with like that. That's a cool.
Well, and a lot of times, like in the X-Men '97, they had them shooting out of their mouth and eyes. But in the comic books, like if you look at the X-Men 142, he's roasting Wolverine with a hand blast. You know, he's like,
yeah.
So I mean, Days of Futures Past there, but so I always.
What buildings are you using in the background? Are
those are photoshopped in? They're not real buildings.
Okay.
I googled for some model buildings, so I was pulling buildings in that were used for like modeling for prints or whatever, and then I always invert the mask and then paint the building in. That way I can bring it in however like opaque I want to bring it. You know, just kind of and and then you play with the blend modes, and I think they worked out pretty well here. I haven't looked at that picture in a minute because I also did it on the Apocalypse shot. Those buildings, same buildings actually, but the shot right after that's the Apocalypse shot. But and that little girder there and behind Wolverine is the one from the Fantastic Four set. That's the Batman. Yeah,
there we go.
Nice Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure Apocalypse that I was telling you backstage that I got for $75. I was pretty happy about that.
That's nice.
I hope Hasbro does one.
Okay, that's the Toy Biz one. I thought you were talking about because there was there's the Hasbro Build-A-Figure one. That's the one I thought you were talking about too.
No, I don't have the Hasbro one. I've been meaning to look into it, but again,
I actually think the Diamond Select one is really good too.
And I think that Diamond Select one probably fits better with this, like before, because like I know this is a bigger figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Diamond Select one would probably be a better like size before he gets to this, like that gigantic size, right? Because like if you wanted him as normal, and is that the that's the Mezco base,
that's
right?
The base, yeah, the Wolverine base. Yeah. Although I apparently when I put it back in the cabinet last, I had left the thing on, so the batteries were dead. So I had to Photoshop the eye. I was like, damn it, I don't have any AAA batteries. So I got some now, but it didn't do me any good for that shot. I was like, son of a
shot.
So I did want to do that in camera. I didn't want to do that. And then the fog effect on it is the Ulanzi, because you don't know, Trevor and I go back and forth all the time, but Ulanzi is Ninja.
When you shoot with the smoke, wait, actually no, wait. I know you have all your information on the next slide, right?
I don't mention the smoke machines usually, but
yeah. No, I know. I just wanted to know what your shutter speed was.
It's usually about a second.
Yeah.
So it really depends, but yeah.
So you have it for a second, so that smoke is now like haze around the area, like it's smoothed out.
Yeah, it smooths out usually. Sometimes, like with the Ulanzi specifically, I've noticed like if you use just the regular smoke effect with the Ulanzi, it'll get kind of stringy. Like it gets a lot of wisp and stuff. Even at 1 second, it doesn't smooth out. In fact, you can kind of see it coming. Like that's what makes those little string type effects coming off the Sentinel body.
Yeah,
that's those little strings. Even at 1 second, it's still keeping them in there. It doesn't like fluff it out. I still actually 90% of the time I use my vape. That gives me that fog, like that
right.
super nice fog, like kind of thing. The Ulanzi, most of the time when I use that, it's just when I'm trying to do like the dry ice effect. And even then, I have to like on the Gambit shot. That's the Ulanzi I did that with. That's a ways up. That's when I got my Mafex Gambit.
You know, I didn't even see that you did this shot. I did a similar shot too. As I was like scrolling down, I was like, "Oh, I did a similar shot," and like I tagged your show on it, so that way you guys would go over it.
Okay, rock on. We'll get to it one day.
Yeah.
We are so
Probably
by this time next year,
October?
probably. Yeah.
October.
Yeah. This effect is done with that Oniric software you guys probably heard me talk about during my show. The like on his staff, like the pink lighting and stuff, and the pink on the flame of the card or whatever. That's all brought out with that Oniric. I use it on almost all my shots now, but I don't like overdo it. Like you can just leave it on and let it blow out a lot of stuff, but I always paint in exactly what I want it to blow out.
So what is it? It goes by like the highlights of the picture.
Well, in Oniric, you
edges?
can. I set it to use to affect whatever I paint in the mask with. So
Okay.
you got a masking option. You turn that on, and then whatever you mask in, that's where it will focus its effects at, and then you play with the threshold or the masking or whatever. I like the Warlock. That's the Build-A-Figure. That's all Oniric. I hand painted in all like the circuitry with some white. And then I use Oniric to make that a glowy kind of thing there. Yeah, the Warlock there.
You got it, or I'm thinking for it.
Yeah, I got it. Is that a black screen, right? I just want to make sure.
That's a black background.
No, I was like sometimes when I have it, like when I have the.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Sometimes a black screen. Okay, so you masked out like little.
Yeah, I drew all those little lines with. I pulled out my Wacom tablet because that's been asleep for the past 3 years, and I was like, you know what, I should use this thing. I haven't used it in forever, and it's because I don't have desk space. Right, I've got too much crap on my desk. Now it's living here, and even though I don't have room, it's here, and I've been using it ever since. But
seriously, when I was like scrolling down and I saw this shot, I thought it was a video game shot. Like. I'm like, how did you get a toy to light up like this?
How? Yeah.
I thought it was a screenshot from a game.
Well, I mean, Warlock's one of my favorite New Mutants, so I had to do him justice. I couldn't just take the shot and not have him highlight it where the circuitry stuff would be for the, the techno-organic, I forget what the race is called, but can't think of the race right now. I think
how long did it take you to paint it out?
It's a lot of straight lines. So, I mean, you just follow... He's got those engravings where all these lines are. He's got little engravings in the body.
Yeah.
So I just
and if you're using
with the pen,
if you're using the tablet, you just trace it, right?
Just trace the lines. It didn't take much time at all.
I like how you guys are down. I love how you guys are downplaying it. Just trace it. Yeah, you still got to like get in there.
With the mouse is a pain in the ass. That's why I was like with the Wacom tablet though. I mean, I'm drawing with a pen. Just a stylus. Just
And you can change the width of the lines, or
you can change the gamma, so the way it glows the entire frame, or you can change the what's it called? Hold on.
Yeah, the gamma is the amount of like how much it glows. Right?
That's how much glow throughout the whole shot, but it's not. Hold on, I'm pulling it out here just so I can look at the dynamic range. Is what gives it a little bit more of that glow from the main opacity bit. But then you can also play with like the radius and bring it out some more. You can play with the exposure, and you can lighten and dim the main core areas.
Okay,
so add glares to it.
This sounds like when I use like when I use After Effects, if I needed to use like a lightsaber effect, or when I make the promos for the show, like the little circle with the energy around everybody's thumbnail picture. That's I'm using a plugin called Saber on After Effects.
Oh yeah,
basically,
I'm well aware of Saber. That's what I used to use for my lightsabers. Now I don't use. I use this now. I use it.
You use this now? Okay.
Look at the Ahsoka shot that I just recently did. I did. I did.
Maybe I'll test this out. Is this a plugin or is it a?
It's a plugin for Photoshop, but you do have to buy it.
Okay.
But if you scroll up to do Ahsoka, actually, all those lights there in the alien one, those are Oniric.
Yeah, I got her.
No, you're fine.
Oh.
Those are drawn in with the oniric.
Oh.
Even that flare down by her fist is oniric.
Right here.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh no,
wow.
the other fist, but you can see it more. But yeah.
I like
Very
I like this though. You got the light in here. You can see like her
Well,
hand and stuff.
that's actually in the shot. I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Although the light on her is real light, I did have to light paint her though because I had to do separate shots because the light, in order to blow out what needs to be blown out on her back, it lights up too much of what's behind her that's not supposed to be lit. So I did it as 2 separate shots and just painted that light back in.
And this is the Hot Toys, right?
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that face sculpt is amazing.
And you can move her eyes. It's cheating. It's so cheating. But Saber is great if you have After Effects and you have Photoshop and it's a free plugin for After Effects, so it's a no-brainer. It's not bad, but the cool thing is like I did a video on how I did those lightsaber effects as well, and the cool thing is in oniric I can draw them in and then just change the color. I'm like, I don't want white, I want red. Boop. And it changes the glow, it changes everything. It just makes it look like poof, red, green, blue. I can just go through the color wheel and it just changes right there.
That's intuitive. I like that. We got a couple people who joined late. We got Bearded Builds is here. What to do, baby? RG is here saying what's up, guys. And of course, we got Ender Shadow has stopped by as well. And I think that's everyone who I'm a Berserk we called before. And what else we got here?
Well, we got 26 in the chat, and they need to be hitting that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
Yes, we're so bad at that.
I'm bad at that too. That's why I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me say it. Let me do
hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Get in there. Get all the channels. Make what happen?
Oh there you go.
Went it to full screen. Make Chuck wants thumb uppies. That's what he wants.
Hit that like button.
Let's see. We also got Toy Father in the chat saying hi. Don't forget, you got the Toy Father No Chewing and Yubo reviews everything with their show starting. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it?
It's almost 9 Eastern.
You're starting soon-ish, probably. So don't forget to go check them out with the TPC Top 10. But don't leave us. Stay here. Hang out with us. We got Maz here. And it's all happening. Let's see. Dom says movable eyes can be tricky if they don't have that bar to make them move together. I usually end up with a cross-eyed figure or the Undertaker.
Actually, I hate that bar. I don't like the ones that are paired together. I move the eyes. Well, because if you watch the human face, like even though you're moving an eye, like go back to the Ahsoka, because I moved her eyes. Her eyes are moved on that, right? So you go look at that Ahsoka shot, and you have a bar. That one eye that's closest to the camera won't go up in that corner and look right. It's going to be it won't be far enough over, so it won't look natural. But if you look at her face here, actually, if you go way back, there's like a zoomed in copy of that. I'll get you the link.
Too far back.
Too close, a little too close. Hold on. There's a shot that I did like 2 years ago. And I'll get you the link for it. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
This should be hopefully it. Try that. If it works.
We got in the chat.
It's in the private chat.
Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
See if that works. That one actually got a like from Rosario Dawson herself too. Which
was, look at that.
It's my claim to fame, But thank you, Toy Father. Appreciate it. Is it gonna work? Yeah. So now you can actually get in there, but so this one she's not looking as extremely over in that corner of the eyes, but her left or her camera left eye is. So that's in order to make it work. It's.
I got you.
See how it's really natural looking, and there's a lot of people that have a heart. I mean, it's a painstakingly timely process to get the eyes lined up. Even for me. Even though you can make it look right, I see them done wrong all the time. Even from Hot Toys or whatever, when they do their photos, the eyes don't quite line up with where they need to be, and it's not easy. You have to put a lot of labor of love into it, man, to get it right. It's very time consuming. But the double bar actually, as much as you think that'd be helpful to make the eyes both move the same way, the human eye doesn't actually work like that. They're not actually dead on exactly the same symmetrical way. there's little minutiae that you have to play with, and it's got to work for each little pose. So, it'll get you but so far, but it wouldn't save you. It would still, you would still see things off.
Yeah.
And
So Maz, when you go in to do a shot, right? I mean, even like a shot like this, or any of the millions other ones that we could pull up for you, what's the first thing you start with?
That's a good question.
Like, do you start
really
with a pose?
depends.
Do you start with a figure? Do you start? Yeah.
A lot of the times I don't touch anything. It will kind of just come to me, like it can come to me either one of two ways. Either I think of a figure and I want to shoot it, or I think of a pose and then I think of the figure and then I want to shoot it. So it really works out both ways, because I mean, like if I think of a pose, it's like, I think of the pose and I'm like, okay, so who would do well in that pose? Who's going to look good in that pose? For a great example, the T800 choking Spider Gwen, right? The one I did last week. That's the only figure really that I had that would work in that pose. Unfortunately, she's got the small enough neck to get the hand around it, because this hand is actually around her neck, and she's light enough that I can get her suspended up high enough to look like he's holding her up. So, you got to consider all these things. You can't just go in there and force a figure to do something it can't do.
Right.
So, his hand's around her neck. Now, he's not holding her up. She's on a stand, but she's on a small little flight stand, and that hand is actually wrapped around her neck, and it was a pain in the ass to do that too, because I was like, don't fall over.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really depends on what I shoot. I was on a whole Terminator kick that day. I wish I had more skulls for that shot down there at the bottom. It's the same skulls I used in the other shot, but they're spread out.
Just a bag of skulls laying around.
And just some skulls laying in some sand. Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's cool though, and I like the way you talked about it, right? Where you're like, you want him to do something you naturally would do, right? It's got to fit around her neck. It's weird to say that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not you didn't force it in type of thing. So
and it wasn't trying to do a crossover of him and Gwen. Really, the fact that she was Gwen was just a moot point. I had a lot of people going, "Oh, Gwen would beat him up." I'm like, that's not why she's there.
Yeah,
she's there because she's fit for my needs.
She's there,
right?
She's just there because she's small. So yeah, and then of course when I get a new figure, that usually trumps everything. And like, I want to shoot this figure.
Right.
So that's where the figure really comes in. I try to think of poses. Like the one time I shot my in-art Joker, I had that pose in mind as soon as I shot him, and that's the only time I've shot him, because he's an expensive mofo, and I'm afraid.
So you prefer shooting 1/6 over 1/12 figures?
I love how well 1/6 can look in the camera, but I hate how much effort it takes to put any kind of scene around them, because they're huge.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to move into some 1/12 stuff. But if I want to do a good portrait or something, it's going to be a 1/6 scale figure. It's definitely going to be 1/6 instead of the 1/12. But there's some good 1/12s out there. That veteran William was great, man. I need to shoot him again.
Do you prefer soft goods? Or, okay,
but not NECA soft goods. NECA soft goods garbage. I have one NECA soft goods, and that's the Aces High Iron Maiden.
Oh, okay. I don't know that many figures that come with NECA soft goods, except for like your Jimbo. But
you're limiting yourself to the turtle.
That was just it. Yeah. It was my experience with NECA. So, and then so I mean, okay, so like once you get inspired by either a figure or a pose or something like that, how long does it take? Because I know that it's always fun to hear how it varies. How many photos do you end up taking, or how long does it actually take you to do the shot once it's set up?
There's a lot of factors that's going to contribute to that. It really is going to depend on. All right, so like when I get a figure and I go to shoot it, I know exactly how I want to light it, but then for some reason the camera is not picking up the light the way I want it to, and then I throw that photo out and just give up on it. It pisses me off to no end. I don't know
Just
why
give
it
up,
does
kids. That's the secret. Yeah.
yeah, just throw it away and start over. Don't force it. It's actually the truth. Don't force it. I
Don't
tell
force
people
it.
that all the time on my channel when we're going this way, especially with poses. Like people will try to force a pose out of a figure that can't do that pose, and they'll be like, "Here," and I'm like, "That figure's got 5 points of articulation. Why are you trying to do that? It's not going to work." But how long it can take? If I'm shooting a figure on just a black background, usually it doesn't have to take too long. It can take 30-40 minutes just to shoot it, because I'm going to do multiple shots. I'm going to do with and without smoke, and even if it's on a blank background, and then I'm going to consider, do I want to try to add in a background afterwards, and if so, where do I need this color to be at, where do I need these lights to be at, because that's going to change my whole process. So if I'm shooting in a diorama, that's actually a little easier. And I wish I had more dioramas, but because that way you can control every aspect. You know where that light's going to be. You know where the light needs to be, and it's not going to be like later on you come and sit down and you're trying to find out. Because I always do it the backwards way. I'm trying to find the background after I shoot it.
Well, I mean that's what I used to do too when I used to do like composites.
Yeah.
Is I'll find a background after, and then I'll try to match the lighting of the background on like in Photoshop or whatever program that I'm using. But also now, like what I usually tend to use for backgrounds are, if not a diorama, it's a digirama, but it's using photo mode in video games. Which,
video games are great for backgrounds, especially in photo modes. I use the Spider-Man games a lot. Well, actually, I haven't in a minute because I don't want to move my lighting over there, but that's in the other room. I have to move to the living room to do that. That means I got to pick up my big soft box, and that's the bitch to move. And the little ones aren't so bad.
I just moved the PS5 into to the shooting area.
That would make more sense, right? But I don't have a TV in here, so then I have to move the TV in here. I need
that's got a TV on a
scale.
stand. That's what you got to get. That's the old.
You got to get a TV on wheels.
Yeah,
I looked at buying one of those things. You can put like a 60-inch TV on those wheel things, and the wheel thing's like $100.
Yep.
So I thought about that, but then I would need another PlayStation.
Oh,
it would be the day my wife wants to sit downstairs and play something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll be like, damn it!
You're just making it more expensive than it has to be.
Well, you can always use 3 PlayStations.
That's true.
It's better than 2, right?
If you got one more. What's one more? Oh.
That way I can sit and play instead of work on photos. But I loved it when I was doing it. One of my favorite ones that I used the Spider-Man game for was Miles sitting on top of the city, man, looking there, pining at the. God, why is nothing I'm clicking on working? He's sitting on top of that gargoyle, looking at the picture of Gwen. And I got the Spider-Man game City. I actually had to turn Miles this way and have him sit like this. Him sitting this way on the gargoyle, and the city behind it on the TV. I'll see if the link works to give you, but it's when I go to click on it, it ain't working. So there's that.
I'm strong through it too.
Yeah. But that's a 3D printed little gargoyle I had, and I had to sit it completely opposite in order to get the cityscape down below, so he's above it. And actually, if you look at it, you can see his body's not quite put together. That's one of the things that irks me. But
this one,
yeah. So that city background, if you go to the next post right after this, it's the real. The city background is one way, and nope, the other way. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, so yeah, he's okay. I got you.
I had to do it that way. That was the only way to get the city to look like he was above it from where I was at. So, but see all the crap I got to move into that room to shoot.
But also, you look at the about. You have a lot of distance between you and the TV.
Yeah.
So what lens are you using on this?
Should say they're 50 millimeter. It looks like.
Yeah. 50 millimeter.
Okay.
Yeah.
50,
yeah. Huh. And it's funny because I don't think I ever would have noticed that he wasn't put together until you said it.
Yeah,
Like you
it
can,
irks me.
yeah,
I had to tack him down, and of course he doesn't have the ab crunch on the SH figure arts, right?
right.
Yeah.
So in order to fudge it, I had to do it that way, and that was the only way I could do it. Gwen, on the other hand, I could just easily just step her on top of that. He's just walking across it. So
Mhm. And you said that gargoyle is a you printed that?
yes, with 3D printed that back before my printer died.
Mm.
Cinematographer designed it for me.
Oh, nice.
So actually, he took something that I bought and like made it bigger,
Yeah.
look more like the Chrysler one.
Right.
Okay. I was gonna say it looks familiar. There's something about it that looks familiar. Like I couldn't
Yeah,
tell if
the
that's
ones,
the Batman or
yeah, the see how long it is from the ripples there by the back of the head.
yeah.
Those ripples
Yeah.
at the back of the head was actually stopped. He built it all the way down,
Oh wow. Okay.
so it comes out further,
cool.
but it doesn't actually hook properly on there. So.
Oh. Cal saying, put it on wheels like they did back in high school, and Kick saying the excitement of the TV rolling into the class was something else.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember we watched Karate Kid
Grumps
in
is here.
school.
You watched Karate Kid in school? That's a cool
Yeah,
school.
it was funny too because it was '86, and I was like, wow. I think it was '86. It was like a year or two after it came out, and we were watching it in school.
This is a great question or a great comment from Steven, and something that Matt, you're a big proponent of, and Moz, we just saw that you did it. People understand how the distance from the camera influences depth of field, just how putting it behind or moving it closer or moving the object further away, and just how much it changes everything. And it's also limit, right? Sometimes you're limited to whatever's table you've got, but
Right. Like some people don't have that much space between the TV and their figures, or
and I wouldn't if I'd shot in here. That'd be another problem.
Right. So
actually, I need to redo my whole room. My room.
But with a lot of the photo modes, you can change the aperture in the game, so you can fake the depth of field.
It only works to a degree though, because it changes the aperture for like the whole image. Like it doesn't have like a depth in the aperture change. It just changes. It's a flat aperture change.
You could change the focal your focal point in the game, and then you can change the aperture in the background and in the foreground.
Yeah, but it still kind of fudges it without a foreground element. It doesn't look quite right. The reason why the Miles one works is because he's above the city. There's no real foreground elements to really to worry about. But a lot of the times when you're using a screen grab, you want to have some kind of foreground element to help sell it. Like the Leonardo. Look, it's an old shot. I would have to look for it, but
you have like a photographic memory because you're just like immediately jumping to posts, and I'm like scrambling to try to find
it's way down here.
The not a turtle Leonardo.
No, it's Leo, and he's it's the movie Leo, and he's deflecting a ninja star.
Okay,
or at least he's supposed to be. I don't know if the ninja star reflection or deflection really works, but it's a whole other story. Where did I shoot that at?
5 points turtles. Let's see.
5 points.
There we go. It looked like you had the 5 points turtles. In one of the shots there. Let's see. I think I got it. Yep.
It's a movie NECA turtle, and there's like a wall next to him, and then
I got it. You said movie NECA turtle. I said say no more, fam.
He knows exactly what he's looking for.
I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So that building is the actual prop, but that background in the very back, that's from the video game.
Yeah.
So the building to the left is a diorama piece that I made, and it helps carry the eye back there and allows the depth of field to fall off properly. And then there's the video game. So
yeah, you get that the star reflected. That's where they're deflected. It's got a little ting here. I hear the noise.
That's a little piece of comic book backboard I made.
I hear it. I hear the noise. I totally hear the noise. Yeah. Ting. Yeah. And Leo immediately making like a nice try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I painted the scene in my head. I got it.
That's back when I had my old little thing there. But I don't even know where that is though in relation to where I'm
This
at.
is cool too. There's a lot of emotion.
Oh,
in this
that's
shot
using the video game there.
for a guy in a mask. Yeah.
And I did a little Photoshop just to pull that mask down a little bit, like
Yeah.
stretch it.
Oh,
Or just
Yeah, I see
Is
it.
it-
Yeah.
would you do like liquefy or
it's one of the blurs or something to just allow me to pull it down. I forget. Maybe a puppet warp.
Oh, okay.
And I
Yeah.
use it to pull it down. And he's just got his fist in front of his face. What's up,
Right.
Trevor? How you doing, buddy?
Trevor's here.
Oh, okay. I see where you're at now.
Oh, Trevor.
Way down there somewhere. There's a.
The chat has
So how
gone
did-
on a
how did
Monty
you-
Python. Good.
Oh, there's the reel for that Donnie or Leo shot too.
how did you come up with the idea of your show for on Tuesdays? Miles' Toy Box.
It was actually, strangely enough, inspired by Sir Dork's show to a degree.
Mhm.
To a degree, because his is always just very positive. He just likes to post and stuff, and I was like, "That's great," but I know a lot of people just want help, like need input.
Right.
And I was like, "Why don't we do something where they just tag me and we'll go over the shots and whatever information we can pass on to help them is what we'll do." I feel like not everybody's cut out to have their stuff submitted on the photo. We try to be nice, but there are some times where something's just funny. Just like a pose is weird or, whatever. So
There's so like I when I first started watching you guys, there was I was like, oh, I think I do want to have them critique my stuff. And I was telling Jay Shot, I was like, I said what was it? The Mickey Mouse one, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. And I sent that in and I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm like, oh, I'm a little nervous, but they're gonna like tear it up. And you guys just loved it because of like Mickey Mouse was posed with like McDonald's
Egg
breakfast sandwiches.
yeah,
And I was like, oh man, I was hoping that they would tear it up. Because like
Matt-
I want to learn more. Like it's to me, it's like a lot of people won't point out flaws.
no, everybody will be
Right.
like, that's
Especially-
nice, and they're not
Yeah.
really helpful. Even if you ask for their help, a lot of people will they don't want to hurt your feelings, so they'll and we don't want to hurt your feelings. We want to just try to be
Right.
helpful. So we try to keep it as a narrow rope to walk. We have pissed off a
Yeah.
couple people in the past because we get a little silly with it and try to have fun. And I know I made a comment at one point. It was somebody did a predator shot, and I was like, I did a shot much like this, and then they just kind of stopped watching. I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be an ass, but okay.
See, I mean, it's tough. Okay, man, good.
I was gonna say it's like, like you bringing up like your previous photos or like, oh, I did a shot like this. It's easy for you to like explain how you did it to help other photographers, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
Because we're all working with different things, man. But if I can, at least I know how I got to somewhere, and then you can see like a picture that I would like to think is similar to what we're talking about or whatever, and
Right.
explain how I got there. It's a lot easier than me trying to guess how somebody else got there. And by the way, since we got Trevor here, that was the Godox light in the eyes of that Darth Maul that Jesse shot last night. So
I remember that whole
comment.
conversation.
he left
I
a
remember that.
comment. I just remember I was like, wait, Trevor's here. And Trevor
Yeah.
doesn't read my comment.
I also like how Trevor will take the photo and bring it into Photoshop and show you people
Yes.
how he
Yeah,
does certain things.
And that's impressive to see too. Yeah,
I've
Trevor says
learned a
he's
lot.
striving to be the Simon Cowell of the show. I don't think you're striving. I
Don't
think
go
you've
horseback
achieved, my
riding,
friend.
Trevor. You
Yeah.
don't want to break your back. But no, I love that Trevor takes the time to do that, because I mean that's a lot more effort than I would expect, and I've learned a lot about framing from that. In fact, like the shot that I took today, I was like, I need to put them on the thirds,
Right.
and then I added a whole other figure into the shot.
But yeah,
there's so many things to
Yeah,
talk
I
about when it comes to photography.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say too that it's you're right. Like you're walking a tight line about giving feedback and trying to help people, but and someone who doesn't take feedback well, if you're in that mindset of getting feedback to be better, it certainly helps. When there does hit a point, and I think I hit a point today with my job specifically, where it's just like, hey, I didn't ask for your feedback. It's just like, I don't want this. I didn't ask for this. All I did was say to you, I'm
Right.
putting this out there, but like, I mean, obviously you would assume if people are tagging you and putting the show on there that they want the feedback, they want to get better.
That's what it's for. That's why
Yeah.
we went and made a whole other account now. Instead of just tagging me, they got to tag Toy Photography Talk instead of me.
Right.
And then we go over. We don't pull anything tagged to me anymore. We pull it just from Toy Photography Talk.
Smart.
And that way, they should know.
Yeah.
It should be pretty clear that that's what we're going through. And we don't skip anybody. We're way behind, but we don't skip people.
No, and that's the benefit, right? Like, you do learn eventually that feedback is feedback. It's neither good nor bad. It's just feedback, right? It's just like, this is what you need to get better. And I think it's great, because Trevor jokes that he's a Simon Cowell, but like, sometimes you gotta, I don't want to say be the bad guy, but sometimes you gotta dish out the hard truth. And if you can take it, great. If you can't, you don't have to.
And I'm not going to sit here and say either that I'm the best at anything. I'm just taking what knowledge that I've gained and trying to share it. I mean, I know I don't know everything. Trevor might know most things, but I know I don't know everything, except that it should have been raining out there, that doorway with Jason standing out there. I'm just saying, there should have been rain in that shot. That's a deep cut if you guys don't watch the show. I'm gonna die on that one, man.
Die on that hill.
I'm dying on that hill, man. If there was rain out there, that shot would have been magical. It was not bad the way it was, but it was magical, like a whole nother level, echelon.
There's always something you can do. There's always something you can do.
So
I'm not watching Frozen, Trevor.
So the other thing I want to know is, how did you get your panel?
That just kind of happened, really. H. Green was actually one of my first panelists, but his job kind of kept him away, so he couldn't be on that often.
Okay.
My first guest ever, though, was Sir Dork. I really appreciate that. It was that was really cool. Really helped establish me a little bit, and he's been on a couple times now. Usually about once a year we'll have him on. No particular reason. We just don't want to. He's a busy guy. But we've had him on, and but the panel itself just kind of organically happened. So we had H. Green and Local Lou. They were both pretty early adopters. And Lou pretty much came on because I was doing another like toy show with him, and he plays with photography a little bit, so he came on we needed more than just me, because I felt like nobody wants to hear me all day.
I mean, I like the banter between all of you guys. It's fun between each shot, Yeah,
Lou and I both have some banter going. I tell you, he likes to get on me about posing. I like to get on him about his lighting, and his stickers that he likes to use, because that's what he's got. I mean, I can't fault him too much, but that's what he's got. But really, Pablo came on. I think I had Harold and Harry, cinematographer. He was my next regular. And so it was me and Harry for a while because Harold had to dip. Lou would pop in sporadically, and then we had Pablo come on, and we just all clicked really well. So the next get, I think, was Mike, Insightful Imagery. Right around there. Yeah. If I'm fudging up the timeline, I apologize. My brain does not work too chronologically. Next thing I know, I'll be in diapers, but that's okay. Trevor was one of the last ones, and it was a sporadic thing for him for a while. He's like, maybe I'll make it, maybe I can't, but we kept inviting him, and now he's pretty much there every week, and we really appreciate that because he's a busy.
Now he's Simon.
Yeah, now he's Simon. But no, I'm really happy with the panelists, and I love having guests. So I'm really excited for when we have guests. I still don't. Pablo hasn't told me who the second guest next week is. I just know Henrock's supposed to be on there, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, now Trevor won't go away. I've tried to piss him off. It isn't working. And you know what it is? It's I keep appeasing him with my top downs. He's like, I love the top down. Anyway,
what's a dream guest for the show that you haven't had on yet?
I'd love to have Mr. Lee on.
Okay.
We had it in the works for a little bit, but he can't do that day. because he's over,
Yeah.
in Asia somewhere.
He's in Japan.
So
Yeah.
so he's 13 hours or more ahead of us, and it's a weekday for him. I mean, he can't do it. So unfortunately, we would have to record that show, and it's just been very, very hard to get a hold of him and do that. Another big get would be Mitchell Wu.
Okay.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
right? I think that's right.
You know he's
Johnny's
related to.
Yeah, Johnny's
Yeah.
related. We
Yeah.
can't get him on there though.
Toy Daddy's got a
We haven't
Toy
been able to
Daddy's got a hook with him. I'm sure they can help you out.
I'll tell Pablo to work that relationship
Yeah.
a little bit more because
Mhm.
he's my guy.
Cool.
But I'm really happy with our regular guests, to be honest with you, man. Between us, we all cover a lot of bases.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we kind of even each other out. Like, I do get a little, and I do get a little annoyed sometimes when Lou goes on the tangent about the toy. I'm like, come on, Lou, we got so much to go through, man. we know, but come on. So I really just would like to catch back up now and just get like within a month of the end goal. That'd be great. So
You're currently, I believe,
we're still in June.
June, right?
Yeah, we're in the
Early
middle of
June.
June right now. No, we're right around the middle of June now. We were
Okay.
early June last week, so we've made like a whole week. We
Yeah.
went through a whole week.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Progress.
Well, when you think about it, that's how long. That's what our show used to do. Like pretty much a whole week worth of stuff, but we wouldn't cut it down to 2 hours. We'd sometimes be there for 4 hours, and that's why we had to do it this way because 4 hours nobody can sustain that. It's just way too long. So we try to really just stay to that 2 hour mark now, and that's where we have to live at. People have to make dinner for their wives.
Every week, Jason has to remind me to eat after the show, either before the show or after the show.
I got some salmon falling out right now.
Just like Maz is saying, I gotta make dinner for my wife. I gotta remind Macho to eat. That's my work wife. So what are you eating now, Macho? Are you eating the strawberry? You eat the frozen strawberries?
I'm still eating the strawberries. They're thawed out now.
They're thawed out.
I didn't mean to behold you guys as strawberries. I'm so sorry.
No, it's you know what?
I didn't bring any. I didn't get the memo.
Unbelievable. I mean, you were the one that asked for it. I'm just saying.
Unbelievable.
Next time I'll just be quiet.
No, dude. Sometimes I get a little thing and I run with it just because why not? So all right. I mean, we're coming up on just about at our time here, and obviously, to your point and Machi's point, everybody's got to go eat some food. And,
I'm all out of strawberries after this.
All out of strawberries now. He's got to get some food. So
all out of reeds,
outside of making sure that everybody tunes in on Tuesdays,
yes.
On the YouTube channel, it's Tuesdays at 6. You start at 6, right? Is that what it is?
6 p.m. Eastern.
6 p.m.
Yeah, get that early out of the way thing because a lot of the other streamers like to start around 8 or something. That way we're not really impeding on that. Is what the goal was. Came here to kick ass and eat strawberry. Just trail up strawberry.
I'm all out of strawberries.
Everybody's gonna be doing some strawberries by the time we're done, but apparently they're not in season because Machu Toy had a hell of a time finding them.
No, watch. That's gonna be Sir Dork's next food thing. It'll be like next his food photography month will be strawberries.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Sir Dork. I gave you one. Anyway, all right. So make sure everybody tunes in Tuesday at 6 p.m. To Maz's Toy Box on YouTube for Toy Photography Talk with Simon Cowell himself, Trevor 16 Shooter. What else you got going on? Is there? I mean, outside of taking just banger photos left and right.
I got approached to do Toy Photobomb for September, so we'll be doing that next month.
Good.
Nice.
We're not sure of the date yet, so I'm pretty happy about that. But other than Toy Photography Talk, I think that's all I personally got lined up. The rest of the stuff is real life stuff. I got a couple of DJ gigs in October for Halloween.
Oh, you're a DJ?
Just for Halloween, apparently.
Just for Halloween?
Oh. No, not just. But it's a goth industrial thing, so I like to do Halloween that month. So I got two different gigs that month, and do a lot of goth industrial, 80s, new wave, that kind of stuff.
Love it.
I'm trying to. I need to edit this Madonna Like a Prayer from from Deadpool and Wolverine. I want to edit the 3 different versions together to make a nice Uber mix for Halloween because I want that choir, man. I love that choir in there.
I want to hear that when you're done mixing it.
I actually need to stop procrastinating and mix it, and then maybe you can hear it.
Or was it Matt? You shared it, right? The one with I won't spoil it for people who haven't watched Rebels, but the Kanan, the scene with Kanan, that was amazing.
Yeah,
with that, like a prayer scene.
They timed that perfectly.
Yeah, timed perfectly.
Speaking of Star Wars, timed perfectly. Yeah. Have you guys seen Darth Porg did a Maul Hatred YouTube video? It's a fan made video, and it's phenomenal. It's like 6 minutes long or whatever, and it's basically the story of Darth Maul. And the edit is beautiful. It's got animated and movie edit stuff all in one, and the music's just phenomenal. I like to watch that about once a year. It's really good. Yeah, and then as far as music goes, I do have a Darude Sandstorm Lord of the Rings edit I did.
Sandstorm.
Wow,
remember that song, Sandstorm?
That is a name I have not heard in a long time. Yeah.
But I love the scene from Gandalf versus the Balrog, so I edited those samples into the Darude Sandstorm, and they work with the drops and stuff, and it's actually pretty good. It's the whole bit, he's like, it starts off with a Balrog, a demon in an ancient world, and it goes through that whole bit until you shall not pass, and just that's when it just blows up. It just goes into the main break, and yeah, I like that.
Well, now we need Maz's DJ mixes.
And then I did an Invader Zim mix too. Edit.
Was it the Doom song?
Well, one edit I have has the Doom song as the beginning of it. So, Gur starts out, I'm going to sing the Doom song now. And he does a song, and then it breaks into my song. Well, not my, the song is done by a band called Feinflug, which is German. And it had a whole bunch of Nazi crap in it. So I cut that out and put in Invader Zim stuff and made it much better. So can I play Jamiroquai?
Jamiroquai. I'm excited about the Invader Zim mix. That one's
on YouTube, I think, but not with the Doom song.
Okay, I love that Doom song. I can't tell you, that show is probably the most referenced show in my house between my wife and I. It is constantly just like, make room for the cupcakes, and what happened to your guidance chip?
I was sad about the movie though. The movie I thought wasn't quite there.
I didn't know there was a movie. I missed the movie. I just watched the series. Is it new? Is that why it's new?
It came out a couple years ago now.
Then yeah, I haven't watched it since it was like on Nickelodeon. But Gur, probably one of my favorite characters to go down in history. So, Odious, do you have a question?
It looks like he's just saying hi.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, there you go.
All
right. This is in the private chat there.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to be jamming out to this on the way home.
It's very hard. My buddy who I used to DJ for this online radio station called Eve Radio. I don't know if you guys ever played Eve Online, but we had like a radio station, and this is one of the DJs that still works with Eve Radio. He asked me for the mix because when I started to work for Eve Online, I couldn't continue to do the radio. It was a PR thing. I was a game master for it for about a year. I know, I've been everywhere. I'm old.
You've been, dude. You've literally been everywhere. You've got your hands in all kinds of fires. Your irons in all kinds of fires.
Are you going to be at Legion's Con?
Oh,
unfortunately, no. Well,
yeah.
I can only afford to take one trip out of town a year, and right now my parents are the age where I don't forego that. I go visit them.
Right. Okay.
They're both actually having medical issues right now too. So every year when I have a week off or whatever, that's where I go. I do go to Toylanta. That's here in Georgia. Right. And Legion's, 4 Horsemen are there. So yeah.
Well, thanks for making us feel bad about being bummed that you're not going to be there. But
trust me, I want to go a lot of places. I want to go to California. I want to go to New York. My wife's going to New York in October for work, man. Hey. I'm so jealous. I'm like, I've never been.
That'd be weird, hanging out with your wife, not you. But hey, just yeah.
We have dogs. We both can't leave, unfortunately.
So. That's true. All right. I got you.
The Chihuahua would not tolerate it. The Shepherd would probably be like, "Oh, I get to play with other dogs," but the Chihuahua would be like, "The hell with all of you! I hate you."
I can't. I still can't think of a Chihuahua and not think of the Taco Bell commercials.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. Yeah.
That was a girl.
It was a girl.
That dog was. It was a female dog.
Okay. I did not know that. God, you're just full of great little trivia tracks.
That's all I'm full of. Let me tell you. That's all I'm full of.
Anyway, Machu, you are on Enablers tomorrow.
Yes, I am.
All right. Speaking of shows that go 6 hours,
Yeah. I might be opening that Hot Toys Batmobile if I can ever clean off this desk.
I saw somebody open it. It's
I have one vehicle too.
The Ecto?
The Ecto One.
Very
Ecto Ecto One.
Very nice.
I had to choose which car was for me, and I was like Ecto One.
Ecto over Batman. Right.
I was exposed to Ecto One before Batman.
Mm-hmm.
84 before 89.
Fair. That is fair.
And they came out before Back to the Future, so this is the car I went with. This is the one that spoke to me. Anyway, I cut you off.
No, dude, I like that you got a reason behind it. So, all right. So you're on Enablers tomorrow. Nothing this weekend, and then we've got ToyCon next weekend, which is going to be huge. A lot of the local Jersey guys will be there. A lot of the local Jersey guys will be selling there. Also, it sounds like Disavowed listed a whole bunch of other things.
There's a RetroCon going on, right?
RetroCon this weekend. And there was something else the following weekend too that Disavowed put up. So, okay, here you go. All right, one last question. One last question. Nope. Henrock will be at ToyCon. Henrock, you made me jump to a question. Quick driving question. You're in Ready Player One. What's your vehicle?
Oh, that's a good one.
It is a good one. Damn. You know what I'd have to go with, only because of what it can do? Probably the Tron cycles. Because I could put up a wall and just mess up everybody's day, man. Just like walls.
You know, I was going to say Snowspeeder just because I loved playing that in Rogue Squadron. I'm going to go Snowspeeder.
Huh.
And this is just like off the cuff, one, because I really didn't think about it too long, but I'm going to go with the Tron vehicle. Okay. I could totally mess up people's day. So. Be like, oh, you were driving, but now you're in a wall.
I go above your wall with my dead buddy Dak.
Well, I didn't know flying vehicles was a thing.
Yeah.
They can do any vehicle, but Snowspeeder can't get that high.
I think he's thinking of like the race, though. So that's where I was like.
All right, but if you pick the DeLorean, you could still go over it too.
But in the race, he didn't fly up that high. He only kind of hovered.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the Snowspeeder can only really,
Oh, okay.
Well, if you could cheat and put up walls, why can't I hover over them for crying out loud?
Code. Oh, wait, I wasn't cheating. My bike does that. The bike just does it.
Yeah. Steve says the Excite bike for him. There you go. For the wah 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 sounds. There you go.
That's a good one.
That's good, dude. Tricked out Herbie. There you go, Toymer.
Tricked out Herbie. Machi, what are you thinking?
Oh, I don't know.
You go Fantastic Car.
I think I would actually pick the 89 Batmobile.
Pick the 89 Batmobile?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good car.
Nice car. I tried to win that back in the day, man, because they had like the dial 1-900 thing to try to win the car. I didn't win, of course. My parents let me enter that once. I didn't win.
Just once.
I also dialed the 900 number to kill Jason Todd off. Robin.
So you're the one we have to blow.
That
I said,
I'm sorry.
I was like, you guys took Optimus Prime from me. I'm taking Jason Todd from all of you.
Fair trade. That still blows my mind that they had a 1-900 number to be like, hey, do you want to kill this character? And everybody's like, yeah.
I was happy they stuck with it for so long, though. That was awesome.
Dom says George Jetson's car, it becomes a briefcase. Free parking.
Now I just hear that noise.
I still want to know how they folded glass without seams. That is what
Samsung's trying it.
I can't for the life of me get past that. So,
but it doesn't seams.
All right, so Machu, Enablers tomorrow, ToyCon in a couple of weeks will be there. Whatever other cons are coming up, RetroCon, all that stuff. You can catch me right back here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. So there you go. But
you gotta hold Adam West Batman up when you do that.
I don't have Adam West. Machu's
he does.
But yeah, guys, don't forget, check out Moz on Tuesdays. We know that one guest will be Handrock, so
Yes.
there you go. But outside of that, man, Moz, thank you so much for being here, dude. This was
Thank
a
you so
great,
much for having me, man.
great episode. You're a great host and a great guest, and I appreciate the hell out of you. So Machu, thank you as always for being here, and for everybody else watching live or on the replay, we appreciate the hell out of you. We come back and do this every week just because of you guys. So the day you guys stop watching is the day we stop doing this. But until then, go make some content, go be proud of yourself, and Machu, cue that outro.